Should be live.
And I'll check it out. And yes, we are live.
We're live now? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm viewing the stream.
Okay. So there's no echo. I think there's going to be an echo when I turn my camera on. Let's see. All right, my camera's on and there's no echo, so I think we're good.
And yes, we are live.
We're live now? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No,
There's an echo.
there is an echo. I think there's going to be an echo.
Meeting is up. Came live on YouTube.
Okay, I've muted my sound, so that may help.
'Cause you
Okay,
got your
there's
phone.
an echo now?
Yeah.
Case,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've muted my sound. Yeah, it might have been me. It might have been through my phone. So
Yeah. It's your phone that was open.
yeah. It's
Okay, so no echo now?
It's
No.
good.
Okay, all right. So let me pull this up and go to what we're gonna do. So Shalom everyone. I'm Dr. Yasapa from Zion Law School. This is the Curses course, and today we're going to discuss rape and slavery. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Apostle, you want to get us started?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it. Deuteronomy 22, verses 28.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that. It's my fault. I gotta
No.
turn my volume up. Okay.
Deuteronomy.
Continue.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verses 28 and 29, New International Version. If a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married and rapes her, and they are discovered, he shall pay her father 50 shekels of silver. He must marry the young woman, for he has violated her. He can never divorce her as long as he lives.
Okay, thank you, Apostle. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is because there's so much controversy created due to the scripture, specifically this word rape. So people are always asking if it's okay for a man to rape a woman and then force that woman to live with him, and she cannot get out of it. Does that accurately describe the controversy, Apostle, or is there more to it?
That basically accurately describes it. The fact that an individual, how could God condone an individual to rape someone, and the only thing that person has to do is pay 50 shekels to the father, providing that he takes her as a wife and provides for her. Basically,
Okay,
that's
okay.
it.
Okay, thank you. Laverne,
It's
can I
God
ask
being
you,
cool.
do you have an opinion on this verse as it reads just on the surface right now?
Well,
just from reading it, I take it like this: it's the law. So whether people want to change the law or not, if that's the law that was given, then this is what must occur. Do I think it's right? I don't know, because I'm not in that situation. To think if it, giving somebody 50 shekels and then be married to a person for the rest of their lives. And we got to look at the times that this was written as law.
Excellent point. So not mixing values and norms from one time period with another because they don't match. That's an excellent point. Thank you, Laverne. Al-Yashaba, do you have anything you want to add to it?
What I like about it is that he can never divorce her for as long as he lives. I know it's kind of strange for me to always think, how come a man can divorce a woman, but a woman can't divorce a man? I don't know. Maybe there's scripture to that, but and the 50 shekels. I think well, that's the law. I think he's getting off pretty slight there, with the 50 shekels. But if that's the law, it's the law.
Excellent point. So we need to deal with this word divorce, right?
Right.
Yeah, we need to deal with the word divorce, okay? Because Al-Yashaba, your feeling is correct. There is a situation where a woman can leave a man lawfully.
Right.
There is a situation.
Oh,
So
there is? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You said there is?
Yeah.
There is, correct. There is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
We'll get to it. Reggie, do you have anything you want to add to it before we move on?
I need to defer to the law. My personal feelings are a bit more primitive. You take from me and rape my daughter, I think you should be destroyed. I've got daughters. That's just how I feel. But
All
in
right.
this case, I pray
I hear
that I will listen and pay attention to the law in front of me. So I have to defer that personal feelings. I have to prefer that personal feelings aside.
Okay.
But that's my personal
I
feeling.
hear you.
That's the daddy.
I hear you.
It's business. It's just business.
Dr. Usapa,
Yes.
I think one thing is to point out here, looking at the way it's worded.
Mm-hmm.
If you just take the content in the way that this particular text is worded, you're going to have problems with it because of our modern thinking.
Exactly.
That word
Yes,
rape,
that's
okay? There's just key words in this text that I think other text renders it somewhat differently. That
is
might,
correct.
right, that might shed some light on it. But
Yeah.
taking the text
Excellent.
as it's written, we can have a problem with it.
Excellent point. Excellent point. So this gets us into the issue or the matter of rendering from the original language, the Ibaryath, into English or Spanish, right? And
Right.
all of the factors that go into how a translator or translation team determines they will translate or render a word, right? So if anyone remembers from the Free Live Online, the Free Live Online Ancient Phoenician Paleo Hebrew course, we discussed extensively some of the factors that go into deciding what word to use when translating. So one of those factors are the social political agenda at that time, right?
Right.
Because remember, these translations are usually written by religious organizations. Now we know that religious organizations, well, let's speak of Christianity. Okay, well, we can speak of all of them. The big religions, they are supporting government. Okay, we know this through the congressional record, the secret treaty of Verona, right? We know the relationship that the Pope has. This is what all Christianity, and I would even say even Islam, this is behind the scenes stuff, but we know through the secret treaty of Verona, which is in the congressional record, that, well, that's another story. Watch some of the videos that we have and everybody can learn about the secret treaty of Verona. But the fact is that the Pope delivers the people to the political systems or the nation states or the king. He submits the people through religion, right? So in Christianity or Islam, it's going to be what? The written text. So the words that they use have to do what? They have to support the social agenda of the time,
Right.
the political agenda of the time, the economic system of the time, right? So all of these social engineering factors. So what we see in the 1400s might very well be different than the translation that comes out in the 1600s, right? So slavery was a big thing when the KJV was written, right? In the 14, 15, 16, 17, 1800s, slavery was the way the economy worked, right? In our modern time, they need to keep us what? Still conscious of slavery, right? Do you all agree?
Yes,
There's an
correct.
agenda,
Yes.
there's an agenda to always remind us of slavery. Why? Because that's the mindset they want us to be in. Oppressed, we can't help ourselves. Our oppressors is all powerful, you know, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. So these are some of the factors we have to consider when we read any version of the scripture. We should know the date or the approximate time that they were written and have some familiarity with the political system, the economic system, because the words that they use to render will reflect or support.
Mm,
Everybody
Yeah.
see that? Anybody,
yeah.
anybody disagree? If you disagree, or you have a different point of view, or if you have something else you want to add to it, go ahead, add to it.
I agree. The words that worry me here, a virgin who is not pledged to be married. That's a stipulation there. What if she is pledged to be married? You know?
And what does virgin mean, right?
Pardon?
Yeah.
And what does
What does virgin
virgin
mean?
Why did they use virgin?
Right. Because that
These
doesn't
are the
mean
things
what we
need to
think it
ask
means.
ourselves.
It doesn't have to mean what we think it means.
Yes.
Because
Because
that can
remember
mean a young woman at the age of marriage. It
Uh-huh.
doesn't necessarily means to be to not have sex. It all depends on which Hebrew word is rendered here, because there's two or three different words. So you got to take it into
Yes.
context. Alma is the word in Isaiah 7, a virgin shall conceive. That word Alma does not mean not to have sex, because Joseph is indeed the father. You understand what I'm saying? She was not, according to the word that is rendered, Alma, it does just means a young maiden that's at the age of marriage,
Okay.
that's soon to be.
Yeah, so we see that words are used to shape perception. And then
Right.
when you shape perception, you also what? You put a parameter or a border around thought. You control thinking. Okay. In other words, you have a person thinking in a box. Okay, so these are the factors that we need to consider. So, well, can we go through this again? Reggie, would you like to read this one more time, and then we'll get into it?
Sure. Deuteronomy 22, verse 28 to 29. If a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married and rapes her, and they are discovered, he shall pay her father 50 shekels of silver. He must marry the young woman, for he has violated her. He can never divorce her as long as he lives.
Okay, excellent. Now, here's a point that almost nobody notices, okay? But I'm gonna bring it up now, and then we'll move forward unless anybody has strong feelings about it. Here, a crime is commercial. A crime is commercial. Y'all see that?
I see it. A crime has been
That's
committed and a fee is rendered.
Right.
That's right. It's commercial. We look at that in modern times.
Mm.
Commercial. This whole prison scheme that they do, it's really what's behind that is crimes are commercial. This is written in US code. So all of these things that we see in U.S. law and much of U.S. statute has its origins in Torah. Also, some things in the New Testament. So here we see commercial crimes. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, commercial crimes.
Mm.
that really favor the rich. I don't know how much 50 shekels
Yes.
amounted to in those days, depending upon how rich or
It could be an extensible amount for someone that's poor.
for somebody
That
that's
could-
poor.
That could get him into, if he don't have the money, he can wind up being an indentured slave for a little while.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so let's get into it. These are excellent comments, scholars.
It
I appreciate this. So who wants to volunteer to take the lead, to lead us through the Bible Hub, Deuteronomy 22, 28? Who wants to get us started with that? Let's say by reading, commenting on, let's say, the first 3 versions. Everybody take 3, like what do they call it? Is it reading Robin or something like that? I forgot what it's called. But we go in a row. Everybody does 3, and we focus on the main words, right? This is our main focus, right?
mhm.
Secondarily, let's look at virgin and divorce. Okay, right? No taking notes. Okay. Let's, as they used to say when I was young, let's flex our mental muscle. Let's flex. Okay. All right. So who's going to get started?
I'll start since I did the original reading. Okay, starting with the international version. If a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married and rapes her, and they are discovered, the New Living Translation, suppose a man has intercourse with a young woman who is a virgin but is not engaged to be married. If they are discovered, and then you have the English Standard Version. If a man meets a virgin who is not betrothed and seizes her and lies with her, and they are found. So I see a couple of variations already. If,
Right.
another one, which is kind of like, hey, if this happens, then this is supposed to, and they're discovered, which is what that's leading to. The next one is suppose. Suppose a man has intercourse with a young woman who is a virgin, but is not engaged. Slight nuances. I'd really have to look up the difference between if and the suppose. And again, I see that right there. One is married and rapes her, but the other case is a man has intercourse, which
That's not necessarily rape.
It's not necessarily a rape if she is willing, even if she,
Right.
regardless of whether her parents have pledged her to be married or not.
Uh-huh.
Last, if a man meets a virgin who is not betrothed and seizes her and lies with her, and they are found. In this case, this meets more what we consider to be the modern case of rape. You're
Right.
taking
Right.
someone and taking someone against their will.
Uh-huh.
So let's go through. We always like to go through specific or precise meanings. So Reggie, would you like to take us through this one?
Yes, the word seize. It is a verb, usually done in the third person. It means one, to take hold of suddenly and forcibly. Similar words are grab, grasp, snatch, lay hold of, lay one's hands on, get one's hands on, to grip, to clutch, to take, to pluck. A secondary meaning of is to take an opportunity or initiative eagerly and decisively, as in he
Oh,
said.
Yeah,
so we have a discussion here.
right, right,
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
When you take in context, what is marriage according to Hebraic law? What constitutes marriage? When is a marriage secured and finalized? Under what circumstance?
I believe it's when you lay with a woman. As my
Yeah.
pop say, lay with her, stay with her. As they used to
I
say,
like that.
lay with her, you stay with her.
That's right. Stay with her.
You know, we so used to hit and listen, right? And moving on. It can cause us to get a not so real analogy. It came up in the discussion about Judah's son, his second born, when he put his seed on the ground.
Mhm.
Can you tell where Apostle? I'm sorry to interrupt. Apostle, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Its own pleasure. Somebody said
Apostle.
something?
Yeah, Apostle, you said it came up. Can you let everyone know what you mean by it came up? Because they're
Yeah.
not gonna.
Right. I had a discussion with Brother Sarnetta on his format yesterday evening from 9 to 12 midnight. And one of his questions that he brought up was really pointed at making God, to make the Most High out of this horrible person, to take a man's life just because he sought to please himself. What was wrong with what Judah's second son did in terms of Tamar, his first son's wife, when died. So the Bible, the Bible from the cover to the end, it teaches us that we are not to seek our own pleasure. We're not to seek. Go ahead.
No, I was
Somebody
just
say
going to
something?
ask if we can come back to this discussion now, since you gave the context.
Right. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Were you finished, or?
Yeah. Yeah, I said enough.
Okay.
I think they understand.
Okay, so I have a question for you, Apostle. Could you please compare and contrast the first meaning of seeds and the second meaning of seeds?
Oh yeah. Well, the first meaning, it implies almost, because the word forcible
Right.
is being used. The word suddenly doesn't really mean, it just means that it just happened at that time. But to imply forcibly means as if he forced her against her will. But in the second explanation, it leans more to opportunity, taking initiative, use the word eagerly or decisively, meaning
With intention.
yeah, but
Advantage
with the
of.
intention, it doesn't necessarily says that she was unwilling to participate.
Right. Right.
As forcibly says, if you forcing someone, you can adjourn from that. It was against her will. But looking at the way this is rendered, there's no implication about how she felt about the matter.
Okay, thank you.
Rather she felt forced or abused,
Or willing.
or will it?
Or
Right.
will
It doesn't indicate.
I would like to hear the ladies' point of view, the comparison and contrast of 1 and 2.
I agree with Apostle Stan about the first one. That's forcibly. That's the key word. But in the second one, I'm thinking, where it says opportunity. So the person is still taking advantage of a way to commit something, to do something. And with eagerly is my trigger word, and decisively, those are my trigger words. Eagerly, which mean with some kind of haste. And what comes up to my mind is deception. Doing it to deceive.
Well, let's look these words up. Let's get a precise meaning.
Yeah.
We'll look eagerly.
Yeah.
Get a precise meaning. Okay, go ahead, please, Laverne.
Okay, so when we talk about eagerly, we're talking about an adverb is used to emphasize a strong desire to do or have something in a keenly expectant or interested manner. And that's why I'm thinking when we look at eagerly, it's deception on the person's part.
I'd have to disagree with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with he's not being deceptive about it. He's like, oh yeah, I'm hitting that.
That's what.
That's I'm getting, yeah, I'm getting with her. There's no deception about it. There's no deception about that.
Al Yashaba, what do you think? Al Yashaba, what do you think? Al Yashaba, are you with us?
Yeah,
Al Yashaba, what's your Laverne said, what's your opinion on the meaning of eagerly? You want to go ahead and read it?
eagerly. Used to emphasize a strong desire to do or have something. So he had a strong desire to begin with. And in a keenly expectant or interested manner. It was his it was his in his heart anyway. It was an opportunity it was an opportunity for him to do what was in his nature anyway.
Okay, excellent. Let's go back. Okay, so Laverne, let's continue with this. Well, let's look up decisively now. This is, Laverne, this is the usual pattern of what we do here, okay?
Amen.
Okay. Okay, read please, Laverne.
In a manner that settles an issue convincingly or produces a definite result.
They start with the word here and then
Decisively. Decisively. You want me to read number 1 again?
yes.
In a manner that settles an issue convincingly or produces a definite result. Number 2, in a way that shows the ability to make decisions quickly and effectively.
Yeah, now let's go back.
So
now, let's do this again. And what is the meaning, the literal meaning of this highlighted portion here? Not our opinion, not our belief. Well, what's the literal meaning? We just went through the definitions.
well, with that, here again, taking an opportunity, there are when you take an opportunity, there are places that you can do and you can't do because of something that is in the way. So that opportunity was that it presented itself to.
Yes, you're correct. You're correct. So in this case,
Yep.
and let me guide you, okay, Laverne, let me guide you. Here
Right.
it says take hold of suddenly and forcibly.
Forcibly.
This is force. In this case, it's opportunity, not force.
Right.
Right.
So the person had to be what? What's the opposite of force? What's the opposite of force?
Mm.
Okay.
Write it
Tenderly,
down.
peacefully, quietly, gently. Yeah.
Okay, now that's the opposite of force. So there's no force here. It's just what?
Exactly. Yeah.
So if it's opportunity, what does that have to mean? What first, these are
Things were right. Things were right. The ground was set so that it could take, said that it can take place.
So when you say the ground was set, what do you mean specifically? What was the woman's point of view?
The woman's point of view?
Was she wanting it also, or she didn't want it?
I don't think you can really say because it was opportunity.
So is this opportunity to rape or opportunity to have consensual sex?
To me, it would, no, I bet
In the
not.
context,
No,
in
no.
the verse. Oh, no, not, I'm in the wrong one. Where are we? No. Oh, here we are.
Yeah.
If a man meets a virgin who is not betrothed, and he seizes her and lies with her, and they are found. So in the one case, seize means what? Forcibly, right?
Yes.
Forcibly. But in the other case, it's what?
Opportunity.
That he
Right.
took advantage of immediately.
Yes.
Meaning that she's there, he's there.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing stopping it from happening.
Yeah. Mom and
So
daddy.
why not?
Why not? That's
Exactly.
It's an opportunity time. Mom
That's
went
right.
to church.
Opportunity
does not-
knocks.
that does not mean she was a willing participant. The opportunity was there. It could have been just from one side and not from both
It
sides.
could have been,
But
but
it
we don't have
that would
anything
be
to apply that.
Okay.
It could have been
one-sided
one-sided.
sport.
One exactly.
One side is force.
mm-hmm.
If both want it, they find an opportunity for maybe one night stand or two night stand.
Uh-huh.
And he
Or
took
honeymoon
initiative.
for a month.
You
You know,
That
to
word
take
seized
initiative.
also.
Yeah.
This is the word seize.
Seized. I mean, that's used in both instances.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the first instance, where is it? He seized her forcibly. That's a different meaning to the word
Rendering.
seized.
Right.
And in the second instance, he seized the opportunity. It's two different two different meanings to the word seized.
Like for example, let's say you got inside information and you seize the inside information, right? You got inside information to buy a stock that you knew the price was gonna plummet, let's say 70%, okay? You had inside information, and on the day you knew it was gonna plunge 70%, as soon as it began to plunge, let's say you bought in at whatever price you decided you wanted to get in at, because you knew it was going to shoot right back up. You seized the opportunity.
Right. Seize the opportunity.
Dr. Yasapa, we've been in 33 minutes.
Oh my, that time is flying.
Time is flying. Yeah, we gotta hit our point.
Yeah, time flies.
So Laverne, you look like you have some concern. So let us hear what's on your mind.
For the second one, I'm still feeling that if you're gonna the opportunity. So in other words, it was already in a person's heart.
Okay, so let's look at it this way. Number one talks about doing something forcibly, right? Number two talks about seizing an opportunity eagerly, remember? There was strong desire and decisive. They made a decision, boom. They knew what there was strong desire, they knew what they wanted.
Exactly.
But it does not say anything about force.
Right.
This is just knowing what you want and taking it.
And taking advantage of the going back to.
Yeah.
Is taking advantage a negative thing?
It depends on what it is.
Right, but what do we have to go by? What do we see here? We don't have, when you just look at this as an opportunity can be good, an opportunity can be bad. But we don't have anything to apply one connotation over the other.
Another, okay.
Right, only thing we know is that there was a strong desire. Well, when sex is involved, there are strong desires. You know?
Yeah.
So
when it comes to that, there are very strong desires.
Yeah.
Also,
sometimes we both can lose composure.
Yep.
Right? We
And
both
also-
can lose composure.
And also remember, Laverne, remember, don't focus on this word.
Yeah.
Don't focus on that word rape.
Uh-huh.
Our mission here is to determine whether this is a good rendering of the Hebrew word in English.
Okay.
Whether that word belongs there.
When they use this word rape, it causes a certain feeling and image in your mind.
Right.
Yes. Purposely.
Our job is to determine whether this word is appropriate,
Okay.
whether this is an accurate translation or a medium or poor, or if it shouldn't be there at all.
Mhm.
That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to do any type of assessment about rape itself.
Correct.
Clear?
Okay.
You remember what I told you about Jeremiah 8:8?
Yes.
The lion and the scribes. Whether they misled
Right.
or didn't know or purposely changed the scripture text.
Mm.
We need to find out whether that word right there is an appropriate word that
Correct.
belongs in the text.
Correct. If we can get back to here, right here, this is where I want to get back to, because you can see the two natures of it in light of the whole context. Dr. L, sir, you had started on the point that crimes are commercial. With marriage also being kind of like a business deal between families, in which the daughter, the father who's offering the daughter is offering up someone who's supposed to be young, fertile, untouched. Thereby the man that marries her is going to be assured that the child that they have is his, or is most likely sure of that. And the family that's receiving the the dowry in the other case is kind of being somewhat compensated. I mean, that's just that, marriage really was kind of like a business.
Yes. Also,
for those who are rich.
yes, very good.
And so,
But let's talk about intercourse as opposed to rape.
yeah,
That's different.
Now, that's coming together now, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Reggie, please.
Intercourse. It is a noun meaning communications or dealings between individuals or groups. And in this case, short for sexual intercourse, meaning, oh, you had the definitions. Similar words are sexual relations, sex, lovemaking, sex act, intimacy, coupling, mating, nookie,
Yeah.
linking, coitus, coition, copulation, fornication.
They got that word there, man.
Yeah.
Surprised they got that word there.
Yeah.
Nookie.
Carnal knowledge, commerce. Wow, straight there.
Commerce right there.
Screwing, the F term for unlawful carnal knowledge, and shagging.
Yeah, that's what they use in, I think, UK.
Yeah.
Shagging.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the text. Let's go back to it. Oh, let's go back here.
Yeah.
All right. So in this case, force, right?
Yes.
In this case, mutual agreement.
Yes.
Right.
The sex.
Yeah.
Right? See that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just sex. Oops, where is it? Just sex. Okay, so if we had time, we could delve off into why these particular translators or Bible versions rendered the way they render. Okay, so let's go to the next. Can we have a volunteer? The next three. Would volunteer, please? Oh, Yashaba.
Okay. Berean Study Bible. If a man
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
if a man encounters a virgin who is not pledged in marriage, and he seizes her and lies with her, and they are discovered. So we have the same, he seizes her, so we have the same idea of rape. So that's consistent.
The idea of rape, or what's the idea? Is it rape only, or
suddenly enforcing
intercourse?
Sexual intercourse. Okay, short for sexual intercourse.
Love making.
Lovemaking. Ooh.
That's completely opposite of rape, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
Intimacy.
Yes. Intimacy.
Okay. So let's go back. Oops.
Okay.
All right, here you are.
Okay, so let's see, and pledged in marriage.
And they are.
Okay.
Now,
And
I have a
seizes
question
her
for you.
and lies with her, and they are discovered.
I have a question about Yashaba, if you don't mind. It says, and they are discovered.
Yes.
If she was raped, would they need to be discovered? Or would she tell? Let's look up the meaning. Let's get a precise meaning of discovered.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Discovered means as if they tried to hide it.
Hide it. Yeah.
Go
Or
ahead.
found out.
Yeah.
Discover. It's a verb. Find something or someone. See, it was found out unexpectedly or in the course of a search. So they were found out or caught.
Mm-hmm. Number two.
Number two, divulge a secret. Yes. Yeah, they were found out.
They were-
Excuse me, y'all. I just wanted to show off my youngest grandbaby of 8.
Oh, precious.
He's
Yeah.
5 months old.
Oh,
Her name is Amari. Amara. Excuse me. Amara.
Beautiful.
I ain't
Amari.
good with names. I got 8 grandkids. It's hard
what's
to
his
keep up with.
name?
Mama
Her
Amari.
name is Amara.
Oh, he's adorable.
He is
Yeah.
beautiful.
She got blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
like Chris.
Oh,
Looking like a daddy.
granddaddy's
I
gonna
think
eat
looking
you
like
up.
Chris.
Yeah.
So
That's my youngest son's daughter.
in this case, it says they be found or they are discovered. Now, if
Yes, they're discovered, right.
a woman is raped, is she gonna tell somebody?
Is she
Or she-
going to tell?
Yeah.
If she's raped, yes.
Okay, so there would be no need to, there's nothing to discover, right? In most
Uh-huh.
cases. She's not trying to keep it a secret,
When you gonna go up there?
or is she? In most cases.
Or, yeah, that's the question. And they're discovered. Let's see, if a man encounters a virgin who's not, and he sees her, we can't really tell by the Berean Study Bible whether or not
Hey, Chris.
whether or
Well,
not
let me ask you, if in the case of a rape, is there anything, would the woman keep it a secret or is she gonna tell? In most cases.
in most cases, ooh, I don't know. Some women are embarrassed.
Okay, but it says, and they are discovered.
Discovered, yes.
That means they kept it a secret.
Yes, because some women, yes.
They kept it a secret. That's both of them.
Yes.
Kept it a secret.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
they both kept it a secret, we have to
It
wonder
has to,
if it was force used or if it was consensual sex.
uh-huh.
You have any thoughts, Reggie?
Never sees you.
If they're discovered, it still could be either. She could keep it secret to hide the shame. She could be ashamed.
Uh-huh.
Or, well, she could be ashamed if she is forcibly raped. Because I'm sorry, sister, she could have been in a place maybe she shouldn't have been. I would typically think that if she was taken by force by some guy who intentionally set out to take advantage of her and rape her, that she would go to some authority or family member just to demand justice.
Yeah, because if go ahead, Laverne.
One of the things that kind of caught my eye was who is not pledged in marriage. I'm trying to, and I don't remember the law. When I'm thinking and they are discovered, I think it would depend on the law to say, if I tell, who's going to be punished.
She's supposed to tell. She's supposed to scream, right? If she's getting raped.
Yeah. I think the term betrothed means that once you're betrothed to be married, then you are legally then you are legally married. You are a wife, and the person who rapes you has committed adultery clearly, and should be, according to the law, put to death.
Is there a case that we can refer to that a daughter of Israel was raped?
Well, yeah, lots of women.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
I could think of Shechem, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
When he raped Dinah, the daughter of Jacob.
Yeah.
What they did. when that was discovered. You know, she told. He told. He's stupid. He should have kept his mouth shut.
Right. But that's because he wanted to marry her, though.
Well, yeah, but
There's a way you go about marriage.
Yes.
You go to
Yeah.
the parents.
done something.
Not
But
the way
then
he
that goes
did.
back to that opportunity. Oh, here it is.
Well,
Let's keep going because we got to get through this. See, opportunity. The woman can be just as willing as the man.
Exactly. I agree.
Now, the only way that that's not the case is if he forces her.
Yeah.
Right? If he forces her.
Yeah,
And
they were that
remember,
word, behold.
they be found out as though they're both guilty. They
Yeah.
be, not he. He be
Right.
found, I mean, he singularly is guilty. She was not guilty.
Right. Now, you see
In
this
the case-
word lay hold
Now, in
in
the
the King
case,
James Version?
yeah, in the case of
Lay
her
hold?
screaming, she would not be guilty, right?
Right.
Okay. I didn't catch what you were saying, Apostle, but
This word in the King James, lay hold. This rendering is,
okay, this
is
they're saying this
properly lay,
huh?
right. That's properly rendered to lie with. That Hebrew word is properly rendered to lie with, not lay hold, like it's being read. Lay hold implies like he forcibly laid hold on her.
Right.
And
This is
Yes.
what it-
Uh-huh.
But it means to lie with, to lay down.
We're gonna get through that in the
So it's
interlinear, Apostle.
I would ask
Huh?
what does the Hebrew text actually say in script? Because to lay hold on her and lie with it, it's like saying it twice.
We're gonna get to that,
Yeah.
Reggie, after we go through a Bible Hub.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go through it. It used the word chata.
So let's run through these now because they're pretty much using mostly the same words.
Yeah.
So
Right.
continue, Al Yashiba.
New King James Version. If a man finds a young woman who is a virgin and who is not betrothed, and he seizes her and lies with her, and they are found out, that's more of the same. New American Standard Bible. If a man finds a girl who is a virgin, who is not betrothed, and he seizes her and has sexual relations with her, and they are discovered, that's,
It's the same.
yeah, that's the same.
Okay.
NASB 1995 version. If a man finds a girl who is a virgin, who is not engaged, and seizes her and lies with her, and they are discovered, that's more of the same. NASB 1977 version. If a man finds a girl who is a virgin, who is not engaged, and seizes her and lies with her, and they are discovered, these are basically in agreement. Correct? What
No,
was I?
Amplified Bible looks a little bit different.
Amplified. Okay. If a man finds a girl who is a virgin, who is not engaged, and seizes her and is intimate with her, and they are discovered. Now, there is a slight difference here.
Yeah.
That word, he seizes her, but that word intimate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a synonym.
That's important.
We went through that, right?
Yeah. Wow, she must have liked it.
Yeah. Well, intimate is and nowadays it
Yeah.
it can be anything from a kiss, sharing a secret, or anything in between.
Yeah, but I mean, he did seize her, but they became intimate.
So let's get a precise meaning of this word. Now they may be using it as a nice way to say sex or rape. Some people might argue that. Let's look up the
Mm.
precise meaning.
And-
So go ahead, read, please. Oh, Yashima.
Intimate, adjective. Closely acquainted, familiar, and close. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Um, okay, so the words are, you want
You
me
see
to read all?
anything in the synonyms?
Yeah,
Anything
yeah,
that
close
words?
and bosom, and yeah, she must have enjoyed it. No, I don't mean to sound.
Okay, now number two.
Number two, private and personal. Ooh.
Then
Intimate. Mean
secret.
secret. Yeah. Let me see. What does it mean? Inward. Personal. I like that. Yeah. So it wasn't really all that grueling to her, to them. I mean, to her.
It wasn't grueling at all. And if it's personal and private, I mean,
Yeah. A noun, a very close friend, you know? So,
And that's
yeah.
consistent with what? Meaning number two of C's.
Number two,
yeah, taking an opportunity
yeah, an opportunity, take an opportunity, right?
or equally in this case.
Or initiative. Yeah. So it wasn't really that horrible for her.
Yeah. But I wonder what prompted the creation of the Amplified Bible. Notice, you know, when you look at that, you lose. It almost takes away any connotation that force even enters the equation when you read that definition.
Oh, the Amplified. Okay, if a man finds a girl who is a virgin and who is not engaged and seizes her and is intimate with her, and they are discovered.
I mean, like, do you see my case? I mean, when I'm saying that, it kind of removes any. It almost removes any implication that there was any type of violent.
Yeah.
A forced exchange. That's my.
Yeah. It's kind of mutual to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mutual.
Okay, so let's continue.
You know, or better yet, the people who translated that verse again wrote things in such a way that when they translated that, any type of criminal implications were thereby removed.
Smoothed it over.
That's what you see here.
Yes.
That's what I see here.
Yeah, it was smoothed over. That's smooth talk. Yeah.
It's which
Christian Standard Bible. If a man encounters a young woman, a virgin who is not engaged, takes hold of her and rapes her, here we go with the rape, rapes her, and they are discovered. Now, that word rape really rings high.
We're going to get to this when we get to the Hebraic meanings of these words.
Yes.
But this is a highly emotional word, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's there purposely.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's continue. Let's continue.
Al, it's been an hour. So we
Oh, that cute little baby! I can hardly concentrate.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna run through this real quick, and then we'll go real fast through the interlinear so we can wrap this up. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Reggie.
Yeah, we've got to get.
I don't want to lose the audience.
The real
on a cliffhanger like that.
It's too long.
Or should we? I mean, should we leave the audience on a cliffhanger?
Not if you want them to come back. Not unless you don't want them to come back.
So Christian Standard Bible. If a man encounters a young woman, a virgin who is not engaged, takes. Why don't? I think it's more fun if you guys want me to do this, or can
we? Well,
Yeah,
looking through all these versions, I don't see again.
But people in the audience don't have the skill set you have, Reggie.
Oh, okay.
All right.
They do vacillate back and forth.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't know. Remember, they don't know anything.
yeah, but you can get them a lot closer by getting them to where the juice is worth the squeeze. The point is, when I look at this in the different versions, you can kind of tell that depending upon who translated it and what society they kind of wrote it. They wrote it less and less punitive, less and less a criminal act for that nookie to go on. But clearly, for someone to just get away with it in case they are messing around. But
I have a question for Apostle. Apostle, if you were able to hear what Reggie said, does Reggie's comment, does his comments assume that there was a criminal act that took place?
Based on what he just said, yeah, it would. I would get that a criminal act. But then he says, the more we read, the less it appears that it was a criminal act.
From the versions,
from the different versions.
Yeah,
and I think that's our goal. I think that's what we want to get to.
That's what we want to get
to. That's what we want to get to. We want to show that it wasn't a criminal act. That the Most High isn't this heartless being that don't care if you just rape women.
Uh-huh.
He's not that type of deity.
I'd argue this is good, but you're still looking at different versions of the Bible as it were translated. I'd actually like to see what the actual Hebrew text.
Excellent.
That's what I want to do.
That's what I'm waiting for.
In your book here,
that's the resolution
book, and that's what I want to see. And
that's
it.
Yeah.
I think Reggie. So we exhausted. Strong's exhausted. Your copy. You'll get rendered.
Oh yeah, yes sir, yes. I have.
Wait, please, don't.
Before we go there, yeah, I guess.
Don't get ahead, because remember, we have to do this in a very tedious step-by-step manner for the audience, because if you don't, these things are hard for people to believe, because remember, a lot of people are in Christianity, coming out of Christianity, Hebrew Israelite doctrine. So we have to do step by step. So, but our aim, I'm going to redenominate what everyone has said here and pose it into a question. Our aim is to find out what is said in the Hebrew manuscript. What do these Hebrew words mean? Does it mean rape, or does it mean consensual sex? That's our aim. So we have no position. Okay, we look at the text, and we just see what's literally on the page, and then go look Hebraically to discover which is more accurate. Maybe none of it is accurate, and we have to do what? Use our skills to produce our own rendering of this verse. So let's go through this step by step. I'm going to read through everything real fast, so that our audience can see that we're not just talking, we have to prove it. If anybody wants to help me read, that's fine too. But we have to prove it. Huh?
It'll be faster if you just go ahead and read it.
Okay. Christian Standard. Did we do the Christian Standard Bible? All right, Christian Standard Bible. If a man encounters a young woman, a virgin who is not engaged, takes hold of her and rapes her, they are discovered. Nothing new. Holman Christian. If a man encounters a young woman, a virgin who is not engaged, takes hold of her and rapes her, and they are discovered. Nothing new. American Standard. If a man finds a damsel that is a virgin, this is a woman, right? That is not betrothed and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found. We already saw that also. Brenton, Septuagint. And if anyone should find a young woman, a young virgin who has not been betrothed and should force her,
Ah,
and then for rape, and lie with her and be found. Contemporary English. Suppose a woman isn't engaged to be married and a man forces her to have sex with him. If he is caught, see, he, as opposed to they.
They be found.
They.
uh-huh.
That they is both of them. This is the first verse that we encounter where it says, if he is caught. That's significant because if indeed she was raped and she screamed, she was not guilty,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he's the guilty one.
He is the guilty one, not they.
That's very clear.
Yes. Dawei Reams. If a man finds a damsel that is a virgin who is not espoused and taking her, lie with her, and the matter come to judgment. English Revised. If a man finds a damsel that is a virgin which is not betrothed and lay down with her and lie with her, and they be found. Suppose, see, and they be found. Secret revealed. Good news. Suppose a man is caught. He, not
Uh-huh.
they, raping a woman who is not engaged.
That's clear.
Yes, that's
It's
clear.
him.
It's him. In the case of what? If we render as a rape or as force.
But he is caught.
Right. That would be as opposed to if they got caught having consensual sex.
Mm-hmm.
God's word. This is what you must do when a man rapes a virgin who isn't engaged, when the crime has been discovered. Okay, when the crime has been discovered. So this doesn't say who, if they're both victims, I'm sorry, if they're both criminals, right? International, I don't think I meant to say that. This is what you must do when a man rapes a virgin who isn't engaged when the crime is discovered. So
Yes.
this doesn't say if she is also involved, whether or not she was raped or consensual. They just say a crime, right?
And it says crime.
Yes. Yes. Takes us back to commercial crimes. International Standard Version. However, if a man meets a girl who isn't engaged to be married and seizes her, rapes her, and later found out, and is later found out. So that's talking about the man. JPS not. If a man finds a damsel who's a virgin, is not betrothed, and lay hold of her and lie with her, and they be found.
Uh-huh.
And they
Yeah.
be found. Now remember, lay hold of her and lie with her. This is seize. Okay. Taking an opportunity or force.
That's not clear.
Literal Standard Version. When a man finds a girl, a virgin who is not betrothed and has caught her, and lay with her, and they have been found, implying two guilty people, two criminals. Net Bible. Suppose a man comes across a virgin who is not engaged and overpowers and rapes her, and they are discovered. My personal opinion is that this makes it clear that this is not a rape. That's my personal opinion, but that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's what it is. New Heart English Bible. If a man finds a woman who is a virgin who is not pledged to be married and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found out. World English. If a man find a lady who is a virgin who is not pledged to be married and lay hold on her and lie with her, they and they be found out. And the last one, Young's literal. When a man findeth the damsel a virgin who was not betrothed, and have caught her and lay with her, and they have been found. Okay, so we have just gone through all of these Bible verses that are in the Bible Hub that show how these different Bible translations render this verse. So let's go into the interlinear. This is Deuteronomy chapter 22. Okay, same verse, Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 28. So here we are in verse 28. So Reggie, this is getting to your question. You want to know what it says Hebraically, right? So here we are. So rather than give the orientation like we usually do, because of lack of time, let's just get into the material. Okay, so this is Deuteronomy 22, verse 28. Let's just look at the key words. Hold on. So for those of you who are in the audience, if you have not seen the interlinear, the interlinear expresses the Hebraic meaning. The Hebraic words are written in modern Hebrew pictographs, and then they are rendered in English. Okay, so this is what you're looking at. So that said, Reggie, we're going to begin with you, okay?
Okay.
So let's look at the word
And sees.
and seizes her.
He seizes her.
Yeah, and he seizes her. So this is Strong's number 8610. So you want to go ahead and take us through these meanings?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes. Strong's number 8610. Strong's Hebrew 8610. Number 1, to catch, handle, lay hold, take hold of, seize, wield. I don't know what the BR bracket stands. Description 1A1, to lay hold of, seize, arrest, catch. 1A2, to grasp, in order to yield. Yield, use skillfully. 1B, to be seized, be arrested, be caught, be taken, captured. And 1C, to catch, grasp with the hands.
Okay, excellent. So we see Hebraically it means to lay hold of, seize. They could have put, well, actually some of them did put lay hold of, right? They also use seize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and some use both, lay hold of and seize. Remember, some of them use both, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Catch,
Yeah,
catch, yes.
I was saying that 7901 is the key.
Yeah,
7901, which is kata, CHATAH,
Mm.
and it's dealing with the word lay hold. It
can
simply
we,
means,
hey, Apostle, let's go through these meanings, because remember,
okay,
people are not familiar with how this works.
right, right.
Okay? They don't have your knowledge. So when we look at the word catch, could have easily used the word catch. So because we don't have time, what we would do is look up the meaning of catch, right? And then work that in. So number 1, to catch, handle, lay hold of, take hold of, seize, will, so on and so forth. This word was also rendered, was it also rendered as rape?
The rape would be it would be to forcefully lay with her under the sexual term, but seizes her, the term catch implies that you're chasing something to catch. You don't have to catch something that's right there, right next to you, that isn't running away. You know, you catch something that's intentionally moving away for you.
What about a bird in the hand?
Again, you catch a bird that's trying to get away from you. You know, I don't have to catch a bird that, if I have a bird that's a pet parakeet and he's sitting in my cage and I've raised it, I don't have to catch him. He'll just come onto my hand. However, something I'm trying to catch is trying to move away from me.
Okay.
That's what I have to catch to seize. I have to chase after it in some form.
Okay. Point well taken.
But is that negative?
No, it's just a matter of fact. It's just a matter of fact.
I mean, to catch a bird is you got to catch your meal. It's not your meal.
That's right. They're running away. You have to catch. You have to actually chase after it and do something. Right. Yeah.
And you might have to catch a wife.
Yeah.
You can't always find one.
What about this meeting?
To securing.
Yeah.
See a device for securing something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but that's more in the case of trapping, a device for securing something, of trapping a snare, securing to find a door, locking something away. That's
a nuance of this, is it? This is seize, to take an opportunity or initiative eagerly and decisively.
Yeah.
A device for securing something. It's a nuance. Go ahead, Laverne. I see your facial expression. Go ahead.
No, you won't believe this, but my screen went blank, so I don't see anything you guys are talking about.
And also Stanford's name is under your picture, Laverne.
Yeah, because I sent her the link.
And
Refresh your web browser. Try to refresh your web browser, Laverne. So let's go back to the interlinear. So these are just, we have to pay attention to all of these nuances, right? And I think this is a really terrific discussion we're having. So, okay, so Apostle, we're where you want to be. We're on and line. So the part of speed is, let's go back to 86:10. So this is a conjunctive wa, that's the and, this is verb form one, a simple active, right? Okay.
Right.
Perfect. So anybody remember what perfect and imperfect means? If not, we'll move past it, doesn't matter. So third person masculine singular, third person feminine singular. That's this one right here, and this would be that one right there. Without trying to go into a long discussion. Okay, so 7901, Apostle is where you want to be. So go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted Reggie to use
okay. I can read it.
Yeah.
Strong's 7901, the term and lies. Number one, to lie down. 1A, to lie down, lie on. 1A2, to lodge. 1A3, to lie, quotations of sexual relations. 1A4, to lie down in death. Oh yeah, all right. So 1A3 was to lie down, to lie of sexual relations. 1A4, to lie down in death. 1A5, to rest, relax. 1 Bravo, to be lain with sexually. 1 Charlie, to be lain with sexually. Sounds the same. 1 Delta, to make lie down. And 1 E, to be laid.
Any mention of rape? Oh, go ahead, Apostle, go ahead.
I was saying, the reason why I'm bringing that out is because when I brought it out on Sonetta Show, I was accused of lying to the people. That affects my reputation. When you say to the listening public that Apostle is lying, when I looked up the chapter, Deuteronomy, where the scripture is Deuteronomy in the Strongs, Deuteronomy 22:28, and it says, El Ho, 7901. When you look in the Strongs in the back, 7981 is the Hebrew word, is different from this word. Wasat, whatever that word is kata. What does it say in your exhaustive? What Hebrew render does it give it? 7901.
Okay, 1 second, I'll look. Hold on. All right, I don't use mine enough to let's see. Remind me how to use this again. I'm looking up. I'm not looking. See. I've never looked it up from just the number. So, Apostle, guide me through the looking through. So 7901. I'm typically used to looking up a certain word, but here when I'm looking up just the number, how do I?
This page is on page.
Just go to the Hebrew section. Go to your Hebrew section and look up number 7901. It's in the back of the Hebrew.
Got it. Thank you.
Page 278.
Oh,
Yeah, that might be it. Let me see.
no, it's not on this page. Okay. What was the number again?
This is the same word. This is the same word. It just has conjunction Y. See the conjunctive Y here.
Yeah, it's sakab here, but it's spelled different.
Right.
And
That's
it's
the conjunctive Y.
Oh, that's Greek. Wait a second.
I'll go through that later. What happened to Laverne? Maybe she's gonna come back in.
She's gonna come back in, yeah. Yeah, it says here, 7901, Shakab, S-H-A-K-A-B, Shakab. I think it's the same word, it just spelled a little different. And it got
This is the conjunctive Y. Not
Right.
Y, but conjunctive Y. That's
Right.
Wow, this is a long word. Yeah, Shakab.
Yeah.
Well,
Shakab.
wait. Let me explain something before you guys go. The Hebraic meaning of 7901, primitive root to lie down, for rest, sexual connection, decease, or any other purpose. That's the Hebraic meaning. Okay, everything else is perhaps, I don't know if it's accurate, cultural and historical information related to this word. Okay, so when we look at it literally, that's what we would consider. So I just wanted to put that out there. Go ahead, Reggie.
All right, so I'm back. I'm busy looking for some eye drops. Okay.
Somebody update.
I'm back.
What was the last thing you heard, Laverne?
Okay.
Laverne, what was the last thing you heard?
Nothing.
What was the last thing you heard?
I don't even remember. It's been so long because I've been off for some time. All I can see is the right side of the screen. I can't see anything.
Okay, but what was the last thing you heard?
I for real, I don't even remember. The last thing I heard was we were talking about the Berean.
You were talking about the Berean study Bible.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Okay.
And that's how long I've been trying to get back on.
Laverne, what you're gonna need to do.
I'm trying to go out and come back in. I can't even do that.
Wait. Laverne, just listen.
Okay.
Okay, just listen.
What you're gonna need to do is, instead of signing in on my link that I sent you, you're gonna have to send your email to
Let me send her a link right now.
Right, and that she can use.
We'll get you back up to speed, okay? Do you have 2 devices there, Laverne, or only one?
Just one.
Okay. Be patient, Reggie, okay?
Oh yeah, no. I'm looking at the online. I'm just seeing. O'Keith White is online, but he hasn't asked anything.
Okay.
I just wished him shalom and asked if he had any questions.
Okay.
You know, while you're doing that, Yasapa, when somebody in public say that you're lying, you got to respond to that.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
you just
yeah.
can't have nobody calling you a liar.
Uh-uh.
You know, so just because your comment disagrees with the comment of another person that he wants to accept, because he wanted to be raped, and I'm telling them, no, that's consensual.
Stan, what's your email, Stan, Apostle?
Apostle Stan M at gmail.com.
Apostle dot or Apostle Stan?
No, just Apostle Stan M. No breaks, no dots at gmail.com. All lowercase.
That's a new email address?
Yeah, because I used to use Rev.
Okay.
That has too many emails in it.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you this link right now for you to send to Laverne.
Okay.
Send it to me?
Can you check for it, Apostle, please?
Yeah.
So Reggie, could you please help, not help, but could you please
Yeah, I got it, Usapa.
you got it? Okay.
Yeah. You want me to forward this to her?
Yeah, forward that to Laverne. So let me find our place. I'm lost. Reggie, would you like to facilitate Laverne on what we just covered, particularly where we are in terms of Deuteronomy? Okay, so this is the, Reggie, can you tell her what we're looking at? Just briefly summarize, please, what we're looking at, the book chapter.
Laverne, so now we're looking at the same verse, and we've gone to the interlinear Bible, which lets us look at the word, at the actual Hebrew words that were used. In this case, that's alarm I had, stop. Well, we see both the rendering on the bottom, you see the modern Hebrew text. What we're going to use here to reference the meaning of the actual word in question, to seize her and now lies with, is we're going to refer to the Strong's, the definition as referred to in the Strong's. So first, I talked about the meaning to seize her, and the definitions within the Strong's. And then, as you can see, to catch, candle, lay hold, hold of, seize, yield, seize, arrest, to grasp, to yield skillfully, to seize. These meanings mostly have to do with the aspect of actually chasing, to catch something with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's the term seize.
Okay.
And then apostle was referring to the second term, Strong's 7901, Doctor, if you would, 7901, and lies.
Reggie, can you please clarify seize and catch?
Seize and catch.
Right. So
my clarification had to do with, in this term and this definitions here, in terms of 8601, the word seize had very much have something to do with to catch something and take hold with your hands. You don't have to catch anything that isn't running away from you. You know, you're catching things that are trying to avoid you, that are trying to get away from you. You know, like
let's clarify, okay?
Okay, catch. From the definition, from the dictionary definition, to intercept and hold something which has been thrown, propelled, or dropped. You know, and to capture a person or animal that tries or would try to escape. Noun, Catch is the act of catching something, typically a ball. To catch a ball, or a catch is a device for securing something, such as a door, a window, or a box.
So in this case, it would be
Like a window latch is like a catch.
Yeah, in this case, it would be a nuance of, as Reggie says, secure. I'm sorry, not secure, seize.
Of seize.
Right? Go ahead, Reggie.
Yeah, it's a nuance of the word seize. And then looking at the definition here, you don't really see any indication that would imply, well, necessarily it goes back to rape, but it does deal with, well, you don't see a sexual implication here. What you see here is intentional, the intentional act of grabbing something, laying hold of something with your hands.
Reggie, just go ahead and read through it first so that she'll know what you're talking about, because she can't see the screen.
I have it up now. It's up now.
Oh, you see it?
I'm good. I'm good now.
Okay. So seize, take hold of suddenly and forcibly.
Suddenly and forcibly, to take an opportunity or initiative eagerly and decisively.
Right.
And so we've been looking at the definitions of it as rendered in the dictionaries, but the reason for going into the interlinear was to actually look at the Hebraic term that was used. An apostle was making a point that on the show, he was accused of being a liar because he had provided the show the actual meaning of the Hebraic term and lies with.
Oh, okay.
So he was referring to not just this, but to 7901.
Reggie, can you explain to her what this box is, that number, and what this box is, because she doesn't know?
Okay, the box is the index number for that word in the Strong's Concordance. It's a Hebraic so it's the Strong's Hebrew index number 8601. Strong's Concordance, and when you look up the word, and I'm sorry, I don't have 8601 lined up here in my Strong's yet.
It gives the Hebraic meaning, right?
But it gives the Hebraic meaning.
Right.
Right.
And so he highlights it, and these are the meanings of it in Hebraically, different definitions.
Okay.
Okay.
As you
So in
can
other
see,
words, what you're looking at is the Hebrew rendering opposed to the, it's an English rendering based on the Hebrew,
based on the
a
Hebrew.
more accurate rendering.
Right.
Yeah. And what we do, Laverne, is because we know how these words, because we know the process behind, or the concepts associated with how these words are put together in the dictionary, we're able to do some analysis to determine the quality, the accuracy or inaccuracy of what's written in the Hebrew. Okay, so we're able to, the skills learned through this course is to look at this box, perform an analysis, and to determine if this is a good rendering, if it's accurate, inaccurate, either one, why. We're able to look at these, right?
Right.
And determine if these are good and proper, poor, high quality, low quality, okay? That's what Reggie is talking about. This is what the apostle is telling you. Okay, is that clear?
That's clear.
Okay, all right. So let's get back to it. Reggie, can you take us back to 79? Continue, please, Reggie.
Yes. So apostle was accused of lying, giving an inaccurate statement when he was actually telling him the meaning of the term of Hebrews term 7901, which is shakab. 7901 meaning to lie down, 1 alpha, to lie, lay down, lie on. Let me move these pictures out the way so I can see. Lie on, lie down, lie on, 1A2 to lodge, 1A3 to lie of sexual relations, 1A4 to lie down in death, 1A5 to rest, relax figuratively, 1 Bravo to be lain with sexually, 1 Charlie to be lain with, also meaning to be lain with sexually, 1 Delta to make lie down, assuming for sex, and then 1E to be laid.
Mhm.
So
In any reference to rape?
None,
no reference to rape
No,
none,
No.
here. So
none,
at least not in that word.
none.
But in the
no.
case of where the reference to rape is, you know, is where you're catching the previous term, and he seizes her, primarily meaning to
Is that a
catch.
reference, or is that are you reading that into it, or does it say that? What does it literally say?
I am going to catch someone for the purpose of having sex, unless we're playing a game of just like running around the bed for play. Actually, you're right. To catch, if you're running, it as written, it does not denote that an intentional forced laying home for sex. Not in
Reggie.
yeah.
Reggie, what if I catch a young girl with my game?
You
My
catch
word.
younger. Oh, with your words, exactly.
I'm catching her with my words. I'm gaming her.
You slick
I'm
talking.
using
Yeah.
things. All I'm doing is talking,
All you're doing is talking.
Right.
That's right.
but my game is on point.
Yep.
I'm catching her. I'm
Yep.
manipulating her mind.
That's
I'm
right.
making love to her mind
Yep.
before I make love to her body.
That's right.
All right. Am I forcing anything?
Nope.
I have a question for Al Yashaba. Al Yashaba,
Yeah, yes,
I have a question for you.
yes.
Can a woman seduce a man?
I didn't hear that.
Can a woman seduce a man, or can a woman participate?
A woman can, yes, a
When I
woman
say-
can seduce a man.
Yes.
She certainly can.
Yes.
Yes, she can.
So
Can
a
she
woman,
rape
if
a
she
man?
has sex with the man, she can do the same thing the man is doing. The man might not even know it, but most of us don't do it.
And sometimes a man doesn't even know when he's being seduced.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, for that matter.
Yeah.
You might not even care.
Yeah.
So this is going both ways, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's no reference to rape here.
No, no.
So then if there's no reference to rape there, then you're kind of going back to, if a man is dealing with a woman who is betrothed.
She's not betrothed.
Oh, okay. Again, who is not betrothed. Well, yeah.
Not betrothed.
Either way, the only way to get out of it, I'm looking at it, is you got to deal with her father some way and find out how you get betrothed to her. Doing it legally.
Well, see,
You're going
I'll
to
give
either pay up front or you're going to pay on the end, on the back end. But you're going to pay.
You're going to pay.
Now, if the
You gonna
woman
pay
was not living in her father's house, this wouldn't even be an issue.
Yeah.
Yep.
If she's not living in her father's house, it's not an issue. Right.
Right.
Not
If
issue.
she's not,
If she's not living in her father's house, this is not an issue. Because remember, we're talking commerce and property.
right.
Yes.
Commerce and property. Remember, everything's going to boil down to what? Property and commerce. So, inasmuch as the Most High provided men with what? Ecclesiastical estate. He gave all gifts to the man. The
Right.
woman a gift to the man. The children is a gift to the man. The land is a gift to the man. That's why it's passed down through the man. Now, that doesn't say the woman is inferior. That means that the man is the one primarily responsible in the structure, okay? In the structure. Therefore, if the woman is living in the man's house, I mean, if the woman is living in her father's house, that's his property. In as much as what? The field, his land is his property. Anybody who goes on there and try to sow seed on his land is what? Guilty of trespass. Anybody who plants seed in his daughter's womb, in her uterus, or attempts to plant through the physical acts of sex, that's trespass, right?
Right.
Trespass on the property. Same as with the woman. Trespass. If you commit adultery with his wife, that's trespass, right? Trespass. Simple property rights. Okay? Simple property rights. So if the woman is not living at home with her father, then there's no trespass on the property right. Secondly, remember also that a woman who's married or living with her father can do what? Get her out of a contract. Right? If the father or the husband did not know that she entered into a contract, he can get her out of that contract with the Most High. Okay, and the person she entered into the contract with has to accept. Okay, but if the father or the husband finds out about the contract and he doesn't get her out of it, now she's obligated. So that's what's taking place here. This is all about property, inheritance,
Okay.
trust. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Amen.
Now, Apostle, you can look that up. I see you thinking, but you can go to Numbers. As a matter of fact, you can go to Numbers. I think it's Numbers 30. I don't remember. Maybe Numbers 30, 33.
Yeah. Now, I'm good. My mind was drifting a little bit.
Okay.
I was thinking about my brother, man, that died last year during this time. Mine just drifted.
Is this Numbers? No, this is not Numbers 30, 33. That is number, or is it? I have to look it up. I don't remember vowels. Okay, Numbers 30, verse 3. Yeah. See, when a woman is still living in her father's house and makes a vow to obligate herself to a pledge, and her father hears about her, and so on and so forth. But that's what this is what's happening here. Okay.
Right.
So if she's not in the father's house and she's not married, then the father is no longer the rightful owner.
Right.
Of her soil, her land.
He has no legally property over her. Right.
Right. He can't get her out of a vow because she's out of the house. Right. He has no property
She's her
right.
own person.
Yeah, has no property right over her now. The property right is for protection, not chattel slavery, right? But anyway, that's something different.
That's what too many people forget now.
Right.
You know.
She needs the protection of her husband to take care of her. And until she gets one, she's on her own.
Yeah.
Right.
And kids
properly applied, the Most High's instructions elevate a woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Elevates a woman. Woman's supposed to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And kids forget the protection of their parents.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are. So virgin, we looked at virgin. We don't have time to cover all of this. But maybe next time. I really wanted to do the slavery thing. Maybe we do it next time.
Yeah.
So rape is not in these Hebraic meanings. Okay.
Right.
So it causes you to have to question, why would they use such an inflammatory word, right? Such as rape in these renderings.
Yeah. And now when you go back and you look through the different versions,
mm-hmm.
You know, when we back to the Bible Hub, I think I kind of have to correct myself, because I was definitely saying through all the versions that they were letting themselves, thinking that somebody was trying to get over and let themselves off. It's kind of like when, like in the New Testament, when Yahweh Shai sees a group of men, they're about to stone a young woman. And they're about to stone, and he bent over, wrote something down. And everybody thinks, everybody thinks it's something like, let he who is without sin throw the first stone. But what he probably wrote was, where is the man? Okay. Seeing that it takes two to tangle, and then, they're probably trying to stone that woman to get rid of, hide the evidence, protect their boy. But this here, I was assuming that they were looking at all these versions, that it was becoming less and less criminal, intentionally. And now when I actually go and look at the Hebrew text, I see, I think it's kind of like, right. So yeah, it makes you wonder, why is the word rape in there?
See, they made a conscious effort to use an inflammatory term.
Very
Yeah.
convenient.
Unmute, Apostle.
Brian. But all of this goes back to the fact that they tried to make the Most High misogynistic,
Mhm.
as like he's against women. We against women.
Mhm.
And we're not against women. We need women in our lives. They are our helpmeet. It's a precious thing, the book says, when a man finds a wife. It's a precious thing.
Yes.
I know it was for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to live without a wife.
Mhm.
That's why I'm on my second marriage. And if I ain't gonna get into that, because then they be talking like Battle Truth told me that I was a sinner because I was divorced. Like he know my circumstance.
Hey,
He don't know my situation.
I'm dealing with that now. Same thing.
Right.
Oh,
People just
wow.
run their mouth and they don't know what they talking about.
Circumstances.
Laverne knows my first wife. She probably know half of what I went through, but I ain't gonna get into that because I still, she's the mother of my two children. Why would I talk bad about her?
Right.
All right.
But
perhaps one of the reasons why they use such an inflammatory term is why? Commercial crimes.
commercial crimes, part of it is also just social engineering to, really to think that men and women don't have a need to be dependent on each other. Okay.
This gives righteousness to commercial crimes.
Right. How
Y'all
many
see that?
brothers are in jail now because of
Just a lot of brothers in jail.
right now because of that? And it's false.
It provides government with the ability to say that we can build a legal system up based on they commercialize crimes, right? Then they call it justice, but there's no justice because what? When you go to court, they're looking at whether you did the statute or not. The statute has nothing to do with justice.
Yeah. And
Y'all
they
see
prove themselves not guilty.
3 layers of deception.
Yeah.
3 layers of deception. Here's the statute. Did you follow it? When you go to court, but in public, they talk about what? Justice.
Right.
But behind that statute,
Prosecutor's not interested in innocence.
there's a hidden system of what? Commercial crime, where they're selling bonds.
Mm-hmm.
So that means whenever you come in that courtroom, the chances of you walking out not guilty is slim to none. Because they're making money.
Yes.
All crimes are commercial according to the U.S.
Commerce.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, according to USC,
Yep.
Legal slavery.
right? It's all slavery. They're selling bonds on you, making money on you.
That's right.
3 levels of deception. Well, 4, because what? They do something like this. I'm sure there are other cases where they use these inflammatory words that will make you think a crime was committed and you had to pay for it. And so therefore, this is all what? This is all in the Bible. Y'all see that? Laverne, do you see that?
I can
Right
see.
there.
Uh-huh.
This is the beloved Judeo-Christian ethic that they talk about.
Yes.
Okay, and let's cap it off with Apostle. Since you're the Apostle's guest, Apostle, could you express
Yeah.
what we just
Yeah.
covered from this?
Jeremiah 8 and 8, the New International Version. How can you say we are wise, for we have the law of the Most High, when actually the lying pen of the scribes has handled it falsely?
Absolutely.
The New Living Translation. How can you say we are wise because we have the word of the Most High, when your teachers have twisted it by writing lies? Berean was where I'm at.
You want
The New
Berean?
King James Version? Or King James
No,
Version?
let's go to another one that's a little bit more clear.
Yeah, I like the Amplified Bible.
Was that the one, the Amplified Bible?
Uh,
Yeah. Excellent, Reggie. You got a good memory.
quick, I see it. Words.
The Amplified Version. How can you say we are wise and the law of the Most High is with us, and we are learned in his language and teachings? Behold, the truth is that the lying pen of the scribes has made the law into a lie, a mere code, a ceremonial observance.
Observances. That's a good one.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that is. Yeah.
So true. That's good. Good rendering.
Okay, let's stop with this one. Contemporary English version.
All right, Contemporary English Version. You say we are wise because we have the teachings of the law of the Most High. But I say that your teachers have turned my word into lies.
Teachers and preachers.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's about the
So this
size of
was
it.
very fun, actually. I enjoyed this.
Yeah,
I'm sure if we took time and went more meticulously through everything, we probably would even discover more here. Reggie, we went way over, but I appreciate you getting us through this as quickly as possible.
yeah.
So let's go ahead and close out the live. Anybody want to say anything before we close out the live? Well, let me make a request. Scholars, what I'm most interested in with doing these live things is to give people kind of a taste of what we do, so that more people will come to class, so we can help them return to the Most High. So that's the goal. So if anybody has anything to say that might help somebody, feel free to do so now. Otherwise, I'm going to close out the live.
I want to say something briefly
Mhm.
that has been on my heart. You know, in the Hebrew Israelite, I guess you call it, I don't want to say religion, in that system, I have heard of and I've seen women suffer, really suffer because of the misunderstanding of the men in the faith. And they've been really maligned, brutalized, lied on, and many of them have left the system because of that. And I think it's because the teachers are unlearned or biased or whatever. But I just want to say that it's a terrible thing that women come out of the Christian religion and they come into a place where they think they'll be safe, and they're maligned. They're really hurt. And I just want to put that out there. And it's lessons like this that brings out the truth in the Hebraic language. It's very, very valuable.
Okay, thank you. Excellent point. Very good point. Laverne, can I ask you, this is your very first day here. What was the experience like? And be direct. If you didn't like it, that's okay. If it was uncomfortable, that's okay. But let's have some feedback, please.
I really enjoyed it. I asked Apostle Stan some time ago to take me through the Hebrew. This takes me even further. I thought that it was very informative. And I think that one of the things that for me is just to know the truth.
Yes.
So that I can move forward. And some things that he even showed me before and even up to even at as late as last night. It just opened my eyes. So I appreciate it very much. And if people would just really get into what the word is trying to say, they would be enlightened.
Okay, I have a question for you. So was the experience, did this feel like church, or did this feel like school or academics? What did it feel like to you?
I'm not going to say it was enlightening, yet it does feel like school, but yet on a higher level, because what you're doing is getting into the meat, because when we are reading, we're reading surfacely. We're not going into what these words mean.
Right.
And so this takes you even deeper because you have to look, because while we were all doing it, I had to go back and look at the word in context. And then I had to take it out of context and then go back into the definition and put it back into context, if that makes sense.
When you said when we're reading, you read at the surface, who are you talking about?
You know what I'm really talking about? I don't know you guys, but I know for myself and for others. And when we do Bible study, I'm like, wow, okay. I tend to go a little bit deeper, but yet still don't have the real interpretation. I know there's something more to it. I just have to learn how to know where I need to go to in order to get the real interpretation. And then I have to go back to the law. What is the law saying first? What was the times? And then I can bring it up.
Okay, so was this a comfortable experience for you? Was it a good experience?
It was comfortable. It was comfortable. And I'm going to say this again, it's only because I've had some teachings under Apostle.
Okay.
So it helped me along. Somebody else, it may be over the edge. But because I've had teachings under him and he's so passionate about it, it makes it alive.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. Anybody else have anything to say before we close out the line?
Yeah, El. In fact, she has your book.
Oh, okay. Which one?
101.
Okay, 911.
911. 911. Yeah, I recommended it to her over a year ago, and she purchased it. and we read it together. We went through it together. In case you didn't know, Laverne, he is the author of the book.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
this is
oh,
Dr. Yusapa.
oh,
Right.
okay.
The real
I'm gonna
deal.
send my book. I'm gonna send my book to him, and so he can sign and autograph it and send it back to me.
I'll do that.
I know an author.
Yeah, you made me feel good.
He's authored several books.
Wow. Okay.
This is one of them too. Behind the one you're looking at is the cover of the book. Yeah.
And this class, he's writing a book as this class is going on.
Yeah, we're writing as a class. So
We're
we
writing.
just didn't get into it.
Right. Next week we get into it.
Yeah. But you know, I had fun today. This was fun. I really wish we had some of the slavery stuff because this was fun.
It was good. It was
I have-
good.
I really appreciate Al. I always forget how to pronounce your name. Al Yashaba. I always forget how to pronounce your name, but I really enjoyed your comments.
Oh, thank you. And I really enjoyed this class. I'm not just saying it. I really am the new guy on the block. I came out of traditional Christianity, then I went into the Israelite. So this really feels above my head, you know, but I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, it takes some time to get used to the process because we're very meticulous, very, very meticulous. Every word is a candidate to look up, and we usually look up every word.
Yeah.
And then try to put
Yes,
every context,
yes.
deal with the etymology.
Oh, so much.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
much.
Uh,
Grammar.
Word for word breakdown.
I
Okay.
finally got your books. The Phoenician Hebrew
Oh, you got it?
101. Finally
Okay,
got that one. And the 9/11 rescue. I finally
see?
got the two.
Can I see?
Okay. All right.
Can I see?
I wanted to say to you, Yeshava, I avoid pronouncing your name because I know I'm messing it up, but I agree 100% with what you said. GMS is known for making statements like, we're going to get them when they're young, at 12, as soon as they come on their period in the kingdom, which is crazy stuff for anybody to say, suggesting raping a 12-year-old kid. I see you, one of them members was very abusive, wound up killing his wife. And they knew it was going on and nobody said anything, no one done anything about it. So these things do go on, like in any organization, because I think for the most part, they got a head knowledge. Reggie mentioned, yeah, Howard Shai. I remember at the well, he's having that discussion with the woman. And he says, basically, we got the letter of the law, but you have to have the spirit of the letter also. And I think that's what a lot of, they have the letter, they know it intellectually, but they don't have the spirit of the Most High with them.
Right.
That can encourage their actions, that pricks their heart. You know, David says, a contrite heart and a broken spirit in no wise would he despise.
Yes.
You see, so, you know, we got to understand, yeah, some people got a head knowledge of the book, but the spirit is so far away from them that they don't know the Most High, and the Most High don't know them, because it's a combination of both. It's a combination of both. You got to know the word, but you also got to live it, right? We got to walk this word out. We can't live contrary, talk about keeping the commandments and then breaking them every day, saying that he understands because he knows our heart. That's a famous word he uses in Christianity. And I find it more and more now among our people. Just thinking they can live any kind of way they want, as long as they profess out their mouth. But I'm gonna tell you, a payday is coming. And every idle word we got to give an account. Every idle word. That's why I'm so careful when I'm dealing with the Most High's people, what I'm saying to them. And that's why I felt when you did that and you said I was lying, manipulating scripture, I cannot settle for that. I cannot let that go without answering. I cannot let that go. And whatever your motivations were for doing it, whether it's just to prove your point or you meant it in some type of mean way or whatever, it doesn't matter. That don't matter. The fact that you said it and folk can believe it, I gotta respond to that. And that's all I wanted to do, was respond to that.
Reggie, you're awfully quiet. Reggie is usually quiet.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Apostle. I think the Sonetta incident, yeah, but he's kind of manipulative anyway. Part of it is just to, all that drama. The plot, it's nothing new. It's to bring new people into the channel. I look forward to. I really like to catch your next show with him. I look forward to you bringing it up with him. Because you definitely got a legitimate odd against your brother, and Sonetta should know better than that. He knows better than that, but call him out on it.
Yeah.
And then with respect to Al Yashuba's comments, sadly, hearing the word is a wonderful thing. What's hard is not becoming a brand new type of Pharisee, trying to get hold and keep track of all the laws and make other people accountable for it. It's hard not being accountable just for yourself to try to keep what are the laws. So I will say I'm quite thankful for just really focusing on Yasapa. You did it, Al, with 28, 1 and 2. It kind of lightens a bit of a load. A couple of other brothers preach, like law of liberty, Matthias ben Israel, Yemaiah ben Yehuda kind of preaches something different now, just in terms of how we're kind of like, as you said, trying to put that word into our heart and how we live it.
Yes.
And it's very important. Women, it's going to be hard because you're not really used to it. You've been, we've manipulated and brainwashed in society, and Black society specifically. It's more of a gynocracy. There's no patriarchy in the Black community. Never has been.
No.
Not since slavery. So,
Right.
Black men have never been in power here, but.
That's right.
But the Bible, for Yasharal, there's an order, and our role is to assume our role as leaders, to get command of the language, get command on the understanding of the laws, and mostly get an understanding of how we work and we interact with each other. If we're going to grow as a nation, more importantly, if we're going to grow as a people, because that's the only thing that's going to save our children. And should they cling with society? Society's doing what it's meant to do: break us apart, keep us destroyed, to where those of us who come and understand who we are and have the opportunity are not bothering to. So but the other thing is, what we can't do is make this another form of Christianity. I, for one, have no intention of going back to that churchiosity BS. I'm not with that.
No.
I, for one, I'm not looking for no earthly man no man on this earth to be, to be my shepherd.
Yes.
Okay. Number two, Yahushua is king. When he comes back, if he comes back, he's king. People don't understand the thought of kingship. It's not a democracy. Kings say something and they make it happen. So we got to kind of get out of our, I don't think a lot of people really quite understand how it was in the feudal lord systems. You didn't argue with kings. So the Most High ain't really arguing when he's talking about these precepts and commandments. He don't really care about your opinion. He don't care about your feelings. If you're a man, get out of all that feeling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's quite concrete, but we have these tools to really sit, read, look into the definitions, the meanings of what it really means, and then reflect on it and grow. And as long as we're trying to grow, as long as we're respecting one another and give each other room to grow, because, hey, which what it kind of means to love one another. We, love your brother as yourself. Most High take care of the rest.
I agree. I agree. This road here, unfortunately, we pit ourselves against one another. Some of us are messianic. Some of us are Torah only. That's not the bottom line. The Most High knows at what stage all of us are at any given time, and we forget from where we have come. We forget, and when we get to a certain stage or a certain amount of knowledge, we have the tendency to look back and forget from where we have come. So, and we are divided against ourselves. And the sad thing that I see, I don't want to get into another subject, but we're running to other ethnic groups for our marriages. We, instead of loving one another, we are running to all kinds of nationalities to marry into them. And without trying to secure our own culture, so
Well,
we get.
but that can't happen until what? Men start to grab onto their culture. Then, envy not thy oppressor. 2, tribe up.
Yes.
Period. That's the only way we're going to.
Well,
That's the only
yes.
way we're going to maintain any property and ownership and keeping it within our families. That's the only way it's going to happen.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
we got to come into a knowledge of ourselves, truly. Yusapa, you remember the caller Morpheus called in and said that we're no longer in slavery?
Yeah. Excuse me, brother. I want to add one more point before I could. Rather than worry about where we were in the past, why don't we look and consider where we are going with the promises, where we can go, where we can be.
But don't we have to remember the past?
I'm not done. Where we're going, where we can be. As Yahushua said, I and the Father are one. We have to be one. And what I mean one, I mean we have to be in one accord. Solid with where we want to go. Solid with where we're going to be. Solid with solid with how we're going to love and treat and care for ourselves and each other's before all these other nations. It's we keep acting in this John 3:16 mode, putting ourselves last. That's got to end. We have to love ourselves first. Then leave room for the crumbs to fall on the table and take care of that. But we got to learn to feed ourselves first. Now I get off my soapbox. Sorry, bro. Sorry, Apostle. Come on in.
Now,
No.
you're saying all the right things, but before we can feed ourselves, we got to be able to establish the food to feed ourselves.
Con.
You know,
We're unable to do it.
establish our clothing. We got to be able to establish our own water. Well, we don't have to look to another person. I mean,
Right.
if they decide to turn the lights off, what are you going to do? You know, and to sit here and tell me that you are self-reliant today in this country, you only lying to yourself.
Yep.
If you think so. No, we're not like things used to be, but that don't mean we can't go back to that in a very, I mean, you see what's going on. If this ain't telling you, when has this ever happened? These
Never.
folk about to go to civil war. They're gonna kill each other. 80 million opposed 74 million. And I say, let them kill each other. I don't care. Let them kill each other. Because I'm gonna be right here standing waiting to bring it back up. Let them kill each other. Damn fools
And
getting
they
on my
will.
nerves, man.
They will.
You know, I mean, I listen to them, man, boasting about how they're gonna do this thing, man. You know, and I'm sitting there saying, these people crazy. These white folk done lost their ever-loving mind. But see, that's how you can really see racism. Not when they use it against us, but when they got to use it against each other. You can really see that shit, man. Excuse me, y'all, but you can really see it. Because see, the other one is just as racist as the other one, and they got to fight hard at each other.
Yeah.
We don't fight that hard back. We usually yield and give in and just talk the talk.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
these racist behind people. I knew they was gonna do this. You know? No, but see, no, you can really see the teeth, the shun that they got towards each other.
Yes.
They
Yes.
are
Yeah.
completely enemies, man. This country is divided.
Yes. Yeah. And
These white folk are divided. And they don't care if they bring us in this mess, but I'm not getting in this mess.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to do with this mess. Let them kill each other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit back and watch it.
it's all about commerce. It's all commerce. That's all it
Right.
is.
I'm gonna get out of these cities. I'm gonna get away from this crowd of people. I'm getting off the East Coast. I'm moving up in a mountain, and ain't nothing gonna be around me but my guns, my food, my water, my clothes. I'm gonna protect myself. You hear me? I already got my, because I'm gonna tell you, don't wait too late to get your gun. Because after a while, you ain't gonna be able to get one. You better get them while you can. And they charging crazy for them right now. The machine gun that my son bought for $800 right now is going for $4,000.
Machine gun.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
AR
Purpose.
something. It's one
You
of
keep
them.
it out of your hands.
Yeah, things shoot a lot of bullets, man. I got that. I got 2 pistols, got a sawed-off shotgun, and I got 2 9mm, and a 38. I
Oh,
ain't playing.
What about Hawashai? Isn't he going to come and save you?
Take my water. I'll send you right to your maker. Come touch one of mine and see what happens. You know, because I'm telling you something, all this pastor stuff is over, man. What we going to do, man? What are we going to do? I mean, you can't even imagine the things that are about to happen. You think COVID is a problem. Man, we ain't seen nothing yet.
No, we haven't.
Everything is lining up in the book, man.
Yeah.
Everything is lining up. The Gentiles is in Jerusalem, just like the book said.
they've been in Jerusalem.
They're there, yeah, they've been there. And they're going to stay there until the end of the Gentiles. They're not going to move. That's where the last war is.
Yep.
You know? So there's some cleansing got to go on this planet, man, before we going to get it right.
Well, they're in Africa calling themselves Africans now.
Yeah, well, they call themselves whatever. Yeah, I don't care. I know who I am. I'm Yasharala. All right. And that's the only name I label myself with. All the rest of that stuff, that comes from him. You know, Yasharala comes from him.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's who he called us.
That's right. That's right. That's all that
And I'm telling
matters.
you, man, Reggie, I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
I'm not quite ready at that level of defense yet. I'm still on the
Yeah, man.
fence. I'm on the fence of whether I need to, because
I know.
first of all, it's all in the hands of the Most High.
Yeah.
Number two, he's doing it. The fact that this is stopped, it's on his level. But number three, this has happened before. It's happened before in this land. It's happened before. It's what took out the Aztecs. It's what took out the Incas. Before both the empires went down, they were hit with plagues. So the peoples that was here, they didn't, this is the fourth part, without a doubt, mentioned in Revelation 6:8. It's the fourth part of the world. If you look at any of the church documentation going back before the, even before 13th, 14th century, before Columbus, this is the fourth part that they can never get to. So it's the land of milk and honey. It's the land that we were brought to. And if we don't take care of it, if we don't do as the Most High, He's going to sweep you off it. He swept them other two empires. He swept those other two nations off for all they were doing with worshiping of the serpent kings and human sacrifice and stuff like that. They got swept off, with Gentiles being the whooping stick to make that happen. So when your daddy send you upstairs because it's your time to get a whooping, do you fight your daddy? I mean, it's like, who do you get mad at? Do you get mad at the belt? Or do you get mad, at the man who yielded the belt? Well, the Gentiles were that belt. That's how we got where we were. But it was all prophecy. Well ahead.
Question.
Deuteronomy 28. So,
question. What did Yahweh Shah say about when the strong man comes to take over your house?
That's right.
What do you do? Do you let him take it over? Or do you defend yourself?
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna wait to let somebody come and crash here and shoot me. No, I'm kind of with you. I think we should try to find opportunities to build with ourselves, and if we can, get apart.
So when it comes down to buying and selling, unless you carry the mark, you won't be able to buy or sell.
Yeah.
So if you can't buy food,
yeah,
if you can't deal in commerce, what is the natural order of things?
Natural order of things will be by force. You will take.
Right.
Still.
The strong survive, right?
Strong survive. If it gets, if it goes that far.
I mean, it's going that far because the book says it. You won't be able to buy or sell.
Yeah, unless the Most
Now,
High.
it don't matter how long that lasts. Now, the season's going to be shortened, but we still know there's a season. Right? I was telling Laverne last night, where did we go when we left Egypt?
We wandered 40 years trying to get out of there.
Yeah,
but listen. While all the stuff was happening in Egypt, his people were safe in Goshen.
Were they?
Yeah.
Or were they suffering in Goshen?
They were suffering no more than they were suffering no more than they did before. But when them plagues hit them folks in Egypt to let them go.
Yeah, but it took 10 before they let them go, right?
It still took a while, but
yeah.
But the Most High pretty much protected his remnant of folks he was going to save and get out of there.
Right.
I believe the same
thing happened here. Now, what happened to him in the wilderness? What happened?
Well, those who won't believe, he waited, Most High waited long enough for all the real scoffers and those who doubted those who doubted Moshe and really didn't want to follow and listen. He allowed them to die off.
Sure.
But hold on. But everybody else who did survive it, mind you, they lived a long time, and they wandered around a long time without their clothes falling apart, with their sandals still able to work. So he still found a way to take care of them.
True, true. But of the ones that left Israel, what was the age of the ones that went into the promised land? Where were they, in Egypt, or were they born in the wilderness?
Oh,
The ones that made it in.
Born in the wilderness.
Yeah.
I was
Born in the wilderness. Only two
for the
made
most
it in
part, correct.
out of Egypt. Only two made it in out of Egypt. Joshua and Caleb. Right? Because the conditioning of the mind.
Yep.
Right? So the ones that made it in was all under 20. That was born in the wilderness.
Yep.
The last 20 years of traveling, those 40 years in the wilderness. Right? But the point was, it's not what happened in the wilderness, it's the fact that God took them to the wilderness.
Yep. Oh no, I see your point.
What does the wilderness represent?
It could be a lot of things. It could be the unknown land, an unknown place. The wilderness could also be spiritual wilderness. I don't know. It could be a lot of things.
What did Christ do before he went into his ministry?
Hey, to the wilderness, bro.
He headed to the wilderness, right?
Yeah, come.
It's like we went into the wilderness, right? So why are we going to stay among the cities when we get released? When we get released from this bondage, why are we remaining?
Wait. I'm not arguing with you there.
Okay.
I'm not arguing with you there. No. I'm not arguing with you one bit. Okay. You find you're finding a spot for you, larger for you and your family. Like you said, you got 8 grandbabies. Oh, okay, you got 8. I ain't got no grandbabies. I don't know, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna see any. I don't know. I mean, if my family wakes up or not, I don't know. Like I said, right now I got an ex-wife and
3 daughters.
I got an ex-wife and 3 grown, 3 daughters, or at least they all consider themselves grown, and they don't really quite talk to me much. I'm not. Yeah, because I'm with this, but I don't know if they're gonna wake up. So I'd like to wake them up if I could, but that's in the Most High's telling, But right now, maybe position myself, be around to wake up those who I can and help educate those I can, and But I'm not quite worried at the point of wanting to buy and wield guns yet. I don't want to get to that stage. Because some people shouldn't have guns.
Well, some people are not allowed to have them.
Some people ain't allowed, but some people, I believe you get guns. I believe a purpose of I believe in tools should be used. And so I don't. Yeah. So I'd rather not use a tool unless I definitely have to, and the Most High.
I think all the people that shouldn't have them, that have them, gives me a reason enough that want to have them.
Yeah, I see that, but I also think that for some strange,
I can't fight you if you got a gun and I got a knife.
No, exactly. But the Most High can do a lot of things, like I said.
Yeah,
as someone who just survived heart surgery, well, I could have went down like that. And I lost first cousin went down like that. But for me, it was just sheer serendipity that I found about my heart, and plenty of time when I went planned it out when I was helped before I got too sick, and took care of it. So the Most High will find a way. I believe through him he'll make a way. And I ain't trying to go through I ain't just saying on faith. I'm saying on kind of knowledge of a couple of things. I'm believing in the contract. If I stick to that contract,
That's me. Contract,
he
most
got-
high.
if I stick to the doing my end of the contract,
Yes,
I believe he's going to uphold his end.
that's it.
And with respect to what it tends for me and my kin, it is in the hands of the Most High. I trust the,
That's where it
the
is.
Most High. I'm gonna try to stick to the best that I can. And you know, but I'm kind of with you. It's not like I'm gonna be foolish if it get crazy around here. You know,
And it's going to get crazy.
It's
It's going to get real crazy.
but
Some things we're not going to even understand.
some
I
things.
mean, some things people going to see things just like in 1938, when they played that War of the Worlds on the radio and folks started checking out, killing themselves because they thought it was real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all kind of things going to be happening.
Yeah.
So, because
Oh,
some
wow.
things we're just not ready for,
Yeah.
but they still going to happen.
Yeah.
So we got to get ready for it.
We have to
But
get ready for it.
My point is, you remember the story about the preacher in the flood? He was
Preacher.
at his church, and the flood started when the water was like 6 feet. Guy came by on the boat, said,
Oh
"Preacher,
yeah,
get
I
on
know that one. Yep.
the-" Yeah. And then it came back. He was on the second floor.
Oh yeah.
Preacher, get on the boat. Right now, God going to provide. He'll make a way. Last time the boat came by, he was on the steeple, hanging on the steeple. Boat came by, preacher, get on the boat. No, the Lord's going to provide. I'm trusting in the Lord. Wind up going through the pearly gates, meet Peter,
Oh,
and he said he got one thing to ask the Lord. Why didn't he take care of him? You promised me you was going to take care of me. He said, "You fool. I sent you 3 boats and you rejected all of them. What you want me to do?" So some things become natural, discerning. You know somebody try to hurt you. You don't have to let it. You can protect yourself.
Yep.
Somebody try to take from you. You can protect what's yours.
Yep.
You know that. And there's going to be desperate people. Desperate
Yep.
people. So I just put 1 and 2 together. Now, in all of that, I still might die from a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I might not even live to see it in all of that. But it don't mean I'm not going to plan. Because the book say he who builds a house and don't plan the means to see it through fruition, starts a project and don't have the means to complete it, is a fool. Right? I ain't no fool. I'm not looking to kill nobody. I want to get along with everybody. But like you say, I got 8 grandbabies and I just love them to death. I love them like I love nothing else. And they can't do, my oldest grandkids are 13, 14 years old. Set of twins.
Wait,
So
you have enough pieces in place old enough to start building. Me, I don't have those pieces in place. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, our people kind of they need to learn how to spiritually circle the wagons.
True. They do.
Get together, either and they can try to do it economically, spiritually, whatever dependency, unless they figure out how they want to set themselves up. So me, I have not found a group of other believers close nearby that I to associate with.
Right.
I don't have that.
Yes.
So it's a matter of simply trying to find people
Right.
who you can build with.
Right.
And build with, not only build a relationship, but build economically with, and then you can kind of trust each other and get back to keep an eye on each other's kids and all. You got to find that community. And so right now it's just leaving myself in position where I can either help build that or help others who are trying to build.
Right.
Save who I can, because, you know, for me to run in the mountain alone, you know.
Right. I mean, I got sons, you know, I got
No,
a 39-year-old son and a 23-year-old son, and they come in, you know, I'm looking for
no, you,
a preface, a homestead.
yo, you're doing
With
exactly,
15 acres.
you are doing exactly right. You are
Yeah.
doing exactly right. No, if
Right.
you know, like I said, my girls have left the home, and I've tried to, you know,
So is
again,
my
they've
son.
got, huh?
Yeah. So is my sons. They left.
I've
But where I'm going,
no, sons are supposed to leave the home. They're men.
right,
You know,
right.
they're supposed to leave the home, and you trying to secure a spot. That's great. I don't have that
Right.
spot. I've got daughters who, in this society, consider themselves grown. They don't care,
I tell you what.
and they
I'll
don't,
tell you,
and they don't want their father's protection. So, in certain
yeah.
things, I'm just gonna just pray and trust the angels. Okay, if you don't, if you know, if you know, there's nothing I can do.
That.
If there's nothing I can do if folks decide to trespass.
Right. Our circumstance is different. I understand now.
Yeah.
Yeah. From your point of view, from your lookout, you know, it's you. It's just you.
It just, yeah, you know, I mean, like my parents are old. Yeah, you know, it's like, and well, shoot, I'm pushing 60, so I'm getting old. You know, it's like, what can I do to help the next world? No, you're helping, you're doing what you can to set up and help your next world. What can I do to set up mine? Well, I don't know what my next world is right now. If they want to come home. So right now, my thing is just to be as flexible as possible, not be in debt, hopefully not be beholden, and leave my skill set so I can up and move, and then maybe spot a couple of places. Who knows? You know, I mean, I may even have to fly, you know, like, you know, El, you've been living out there, what, I guess, what, Vietnam? For how many years, how long have we been studying out there?
He might be gone.
Oh, he might be gone, you know.
Yeah, because, you know, it's
it's very
way
late.
early in the night.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, you know, we just don't, right now I'm leaving kind of my options open. You know, if the Most High,
you know what?
If the Most High see fit to give me another rib.
Y'all know we're still alive?
Huh?
We're still alive. He forgot to turn off the live.
Ah.
Sure is. It says live on YouTube.
Sure does. Yeah. Call him, send him a link, send him a text message. Yeah, he probably might have crashed.
You got his number in the phone? Because I'm not sure if I got it.
Hold on. I did. Yeah, he called me. I had it this time. But anyway, we want to, if anybody's still listening, thank y'all for coming. It's just really been a great class. Sister Laverne.
Yes.
It was great watching your face as he's reading these definitions. Somebody definitely tricked. It was great seeing you. You saw it all in your face.
I try not to do that, but sometimes it gets kind of hard.
Well, it is hard, but guess what? We all came to this realization when we started really looking and seeing what the words are really saying.
Right.
And that's you know, and so that's kind of like what I said at the end when I just kind of blunt, you know, the Most High don't really care what you think. It's kind of like written there in black and white. And once you actually go,
I got it written down somewhere, Reggie. I'm sorry. I got it written down somewhere, but I can't find it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a text he sent me a couple of weeks back. I thought it would be here, and I'll try to find it and just give a reply for him to shut down the link. But often, yeah, it was really sitting and looking at it. And one of the things that wasn't exposed to you today, but although I do think Apostle probably told you, is that, you know, you look at the Hebrew text, you look at the different definitions and how they render word, and we do what Yusop would call the litmus test. So I thought we were gonna kind of get there, but we didn't get there this time.
I didn't explain that to her. The litmus test would be basically your 5 senses. When you deal with Hebrew, opposed to dealing with Greek, Greek is abstract. I think I told you that.
Yeah,
Greek is in the
Yeah.
abstract.
right.
Hebrew is concrete. And the way you can look and tell if a rendition is correct, you do your senses, your hearing, your seeing, your taste, your smell, your touching. If you could touch it, smell it, see it, hear it, then you know it's of Hebraic. If it's allegoric or somewhat philosophical, dealing with the philosophical,
Right.
I'll be right back.
all right, then you know it's Greek. So that's generally what we do, the litmus test. We break down word for word using that litmus test to get to the transliteration, whether it is accurate or not.
Mm. Okay. Amen.
If you stick and you stay and you continue to come, you'll hear it. They'll continue to talk about it. We'll get into, we didn't do it today, but we'll get into possibly Deuteronomy 28, where we'll do a word for word breakdown of each scripture. Okay, starting at 15.
Okay.
So that instead of just reading a verse, we'll study the verse by breaking down each word in the verse. Okay,
Okay. We did some of that.
some of that, but not quite.
Right. Like,
yeah,
no,
we
not
did
like
some of that.
today.
Not when we was looking at the Hebrew and we was looking at the concordance number, the Strong's concordance number, that's part of it, right? But what we was looking at was the modern rendition, not the Paleo Hebrew rendition.
Okay. Hey, Apostle, I'm back. I reached your supper. Yeah, he forgot. Yeah, so I just told him real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, so he's going to end that live stream fairly soon, and
Yeah.
he may even end this Zoom meeting. I don't know how long they stay on.
It's good because honestly, I got to go.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prepare. My wife is already calling me, so she needs help with the baby.
So we
So,
can
but
leave.
it was a good class today. I enjoyed it. Okay.
It was an interesting class today.
Was.
Yeah.
It really
Dr.
was.
Yasapa left a